Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where we dive deep into the lives of the people shaping our world, the heroes, the villains, and everyone in between. Today I've got a story that's going to keep you on the edge of your seat. Imagine this: a kid from a quiet Chicago suburb, barely out of high school, drops everything to start a movement that shakes up college campuses across America. He becomes best buddies with presidents, builds an empire of young conservatives, and then, in a split second, it's all over. A gunshot echoes through a university hall, and the world loses one of its most polarizing voices. Who was this guy? Was he a genius strategist fighting for freedom or a dangerous provocateur spreading hate? And why did his life end so suddenly, just weeks ago? Stick around because in this hour long deep dive, we're unpacking the wild ride of Charlie Kirk, from teenage activist to conservative kingpin, and the legacy that's still rippling through politics today. If you're into real stories with twists, turns, and tough questions, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's jump in. But fair warning, this one's got suspense, controversy, and an ending that might just make you rethink everything. Early life and spark of activism. Alright, let's start at the beginning. Charlie Kirk was born on October 14, 1993, in Arlington Heights, Illinois. That's a cozy suburb just outside Chicago. Picture a typical Midwestern kid. He grew up in nearby Prospect Heights, went to Wheeling High School, played some sports, hung out with friends. But even as a teenager, Charlie wasn't your average Joe. He had this fire inside him, this drive to question the status quo. It all kicked off when he was 17. Charlie wrote an op ed for Breitbart News, yeah, that conservative news site, blasting what he saw as liberal biases in his high school economics textbooks. Think about that. Most teens are worried about prom or video games, but Charlie's out here calling out the education system. That piece got him his first spot on Fox News. Boom! Instant spotlight. He was hooked. After high school, Charlie enrolled at Harper College, a community sport, but he didn't stick around long. He dropped out to chase his passion full time. Later, he'd brag about not having a college degree, saying it proved you didn't need one to succeed. It was like his personal rebellion against what he called elitist universities brainwashing kids with left wing ideas. Influences? Oh, he had plenty. Guys like Bill O'Reilly from Fox, the Tea Party movement that was blowing up back then, all that anti big government energy. Charlie soaked it up and decided to do something big. In 2012, at just 18 years old, Charlie teamed up with this guy named William Montgomery to found Turning Point USA, TPUSA for short. Their mission? To fight back against what they saw as overwhelming liberal control on college campuses. They wanted to promote conservative values like free markets, limited government, and personal responsibility to young people. It started small, just a table at a conference, handing out flyers. But Charlie had charisma. He was tall, confident, with that boy next door look mixed with a debater's edge. He'd go to campuses, set up booths, and challenge students to debates. Why socialism fails, the myth of white privilege, stuff that got people talking, arguing, sometimes yelling. Rise of TPUSA and campus wars, 1000 call, 2500, about 2250 words. Fast forward a bit, and TPUSA explodes. By the mid 2010s, they've got chapters on hundreds of colleges. We're talking over 3,000 by 2025. They expanded to high schools too, and even voter stuff through Turning Point Action. Charlie was the face of it all, traveling non-stop, speaking at events, building this army of young conservatives. One of their big things? Campus tours. Charlie would roll up with a microphone, ready to spar. Videos of him debating students went viral, millions of views on YouTube, Twitter, now X, TikTok. He'd ask loaded questions like, "Can you define socialism?" And when kids stumbled, he'd pounce with facts and figures. Supporters loved it. Finally, someone standing up to the woke mob. Critics? They called it bullying, saying he cherry picked easy targets. Then there was the professor watch list. TPUSA put out this online list naming professors they accused of pushing liberal agendas. It was meant to expose bias, but a lot of people saw it as modern day McCarthyism, hunting down teachers for their views. Groups like the Southern Poverty Law Center slammed TPUSA, saying it flirted with white supremacist ideas. Charlie pushed back hard, denying any racism. Let's talk politics. Charlie got tight with Donald Trump early on. In 2016, he advised Trump's campaign, helping rally young voters. He was at the White House, speaking at rallies. Trump called him a political prodigy and said Charlie had an army of young patriots. By 2020, Charlie was even more involved, organizing events, vetting hires for loyalty. But it wasn't all smooth. Controversies piled up. Charlie denied systemic racism existed, called white privilege a racist lie. He trashed Black Lives Matter, called George Floyd a scumbag in speeches. On immigration, he was hardcore, build the wall, deport them all. LGBTQ plus rights? He opposed same sex marriage, pushed Christian values. Feminists? He debated them fiercely, saying modern feminism was anti family. And January 6, 2021, the Capitol riot. Charlie helped organize the Stop the Steal rally that day, though TPUSA said they didn't promote violence. Still, it stuck to his rep. Despite the heat, Charlie built a media empire. In 2020, he launched The Charlie Kirk Show, a daily podcast and radio gig on Salem Media. It shot up the charts, hundreds of thousands of downloads a day. Books too. Time to Stand in 2017, others like Stop in the Name of God in 2025. He even started a TV show on Trinity Broadcasting Network. Social media? Masterful. Over 5 million on X, 7 million on TikTok. He knew how to hook Gen Z. Hey, if you're enjoying this, smash that like button and comment below. Hero or villain? Let's discuss. Personal side and peak influence. Now, let's get personal. Charlie wasn't just a talking head, he had a life off stage. In 2021, he married Erica France. She's a former Miss Arizona, USA, played basketball, and was studying biblical stuff at Liberty University. They met through conservative circles, hit it off. By 2025, they had two kids, a daughter around 2022, a son in 2024. Charlie kept them private, no kid pics on social media. Erica called him devoted, always putting family first amid the chaos. Faith was huge for Charlie. He was a devout Christian, often weaving Bible verses into speeches. TPUSA pushed Christian nationalism vibes, America as a God-fearing nation. Critics said it blurred church and state, but to him, it was core. At his peak, Charlie was everywhere. Documentaries like Identity Crisis in 2025, Border Battle in 2022, annual TPUSA conferences drew thousands, with Trump and GOP stars. He shaped the Republican Party's youth wing, making conservatism cool for millennials and Gen Z. But success bred enemies, death threats, protests at events. Charlie shrugged it off, saying he was ready to die for his beliefs, words that haunt now. The tragic end and legacy. Here's where it gets suspenseful. September 10, 2025, just last month, Charlie's at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, speaking at a TPUSA event. Packed hall, students fired up. Midway through, shots ring out. Chaos. Charlie's hit collapses on stage. He was 31. The assassin? Details are still emerging. Some lone wolf with grudges against conservatives. Investigations ongoing, but it shocked everyone. Trump condemned it, promised the Presidential Medal of Freedom posthumously. Biden called for unity against violence. Aftermath, TPUSA boomed, 37,000 new chapter requests, books flying off shelves, podcasts spiking. A massive memorial in Arizona drew thousands. Erica vowed to continue his work. Legacy divided. To fans, he's a martyr who woke up a generation. To critics, he deepened divides, mainstreamed extremism. Did he change politics? Absolutely. Youth conservatism owes him big. But at what cost? Rising tensions, echo chambers? What a story. From suburb kid to national force cut short too soon. Charlie Kirk's life reminds us how one person can spark massive change, for better or worse. Thanks for watching this deep dive. I hope it got you thinking. If you learned something, like subscribe, turn on notifications, share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of Charlie's impact? Hero, villain, or somewhere in between? Disclaimer. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All info comes from public sources. And while I've aimed for accuracy, opinions expressed are my own or those of quoted figures. I'm not endorsing any political views here, just telling a story. If you're dealing with sensitive topics like politics or violence, seek professional help if needed. Stay safe, think critically, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.